In today's video, I'm going to take one cut and teach you guys how you can go from $0 to $10,000 in just under a year. So first of all, why the heck do you want to even get to $10,000 a year? Well, if you have no savings, this is going to give you a great buffer to be able to have enough just in case something comes up as an emergency. Let's say your car breaks down and you got to pay $2,000 for a fixed expense, okay? It's not going to be cheap. 10,000 bucks also gives you enough stability and security that if something goes down, say you lose your job or you want to try something new, you can go after it. You have 3 to 6 months of leeway to be able to go do whatever you need to do. So 10,000 bucks, great way to start off. Now, how are you going to get there? What's the blueprint to get from 0 to 10,000 in under a year? Let's give yourself 10 months here, okay? And let's say you only work 5 days every week. So you take weekends off, working 20 days total in a month, okay? So every month you need to save about $1,000, right? Doesn't sound too bad. We'll break that down even more. If you divide that by 20, it comes out to around 50 bucks a day or 250 bucks every week, okay? So this should be pretty easy for anyone to be able to attain, right? But what if the numbers don't really work for you? Well, here's what you can do. There's really two problems here. You either have a spending problem or you have an income problem. Spending problem, it's easy to deal with, right? Just cut down on whatever you're doing. Start spending less. It's not that difficult to do so. Stop going out every single week if you have to, or every month, or whenever, for just the first 10 months so you can get the buffer going, right? That's all we need here. So you're gonna start slowly stopping your spending addiction and go down from there. If you have an income problem, now, that's another issue you might have. You might have a bit of excuses like you're in school, you work a full-time job that doesn't pay enough. Well, tough. You got to find a way to deal with that, right? So how are we going to get you there? We need to find a way to boost your income up here. So what are you going to do to go from had no savings to saving around 250 bucks? Well, remember when I said you have 2 days off a week? If you can manage, start to pick up a side hustle, pick up a part-time job. Do some bartending. You can make tons of friends that way, and you can also get some tips that way too. You can do a side hustle, start selling some of your stuff online, right? You can make 10, 20 bucks flipping stuff online. I did it through Marketplace, going to thrift stores, going on Marketplace and reselling stuff online. And you know what? It was pretty easy. It took some time, but started to build traction, and eventually I even got to $1,000 a month by just doing that on its own, right? So it's not that difficult. Anyone can really do it. Now, you can brute force your way through it, and you can cut your expenses, you can maximize your income, but how's it essentially going to work, right? That when you start building this momentum, and how do you get past this when you start having doubts? Because without a doubt, when you're starting a habit, it's going to be really hard for you to be able to continue on if you don't have the motivation. Well, you got to think, what's in it for you at the end of the day? If you have $10,000, we talked about it. You got to find that purpose behind it. You have that buffer to be able to do what you need to do. Just start a business, trying to build your journey to financial freedom, need help paying off some bills, or need to buy gifts, or want to go traveling. 10,000 bucks is going to be able to get you there a lot quicker than not, right? So just by saving every single month, $50 a day, it's easy enough to do that anyone can do it. And eventually you'll be able to get to $10,000. So what's the blueprint going to be now? We've kind of talked about some ideas here. We've floated stuff around, but you want a concrete plan to be able to get there, right? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. First month, you're going to figure out how much you're spending every month, right? You're going to do a budget. You're going to track the expenses down and go from there. Then at the end of that month, you're going to kind of see, okay, where are some places that I'm spending that aren't really worth it or don't really give me the value? Am I getting so many subscriptions that it's just a waste of time? Am I spending too much money out, taking my girl out? Or am I just wasting money on things that I don't even know, like online casinos? Or am I gambling my money away? Or am I buying lotto tickets, right? You can take those ones out, and those are the easy things to fix. Now that you fix those out, find what your core expenses are, what you really can't live without, okay? Now you know how much you need to earn at a bare minimum. Now, we got to find a way to get you at 250 bucks more a month. So, like I said before, blueprint is simple. every month, start saving. Pick up an extra job for the first 1, 2, 3 months. That's what I'm going to suggest here. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be even something like a minimum wage job for the first 2 to 3 months, right? Once you've got the minimum wage job, start working it a little bit and put everything aside. Literally don't spend anything for those 2 to 3 months. Then from there, you're going to do what I like to do, the entrepreneurship route. That's where we go into the thrifting. That's where we find stuff online, and that's where we buy and sell stuff, right? Okay, we may be giving ourselves around, let's say around $1,000, $1,500, right? And we've got 8 months now to get another $1,000 a month. So we're gonna go online. We're gonna start buying stuff and selling stuff and flipping stuff. We're just gonna go on Marketplace, go find those things that you want, and then resell them. That's all it is. Resell them to people, and I'm sure anything you buy, there's a market for it. Look on eBay what the resale values are. Find it, sell it, redo, find, sell, redo. Find, sell, redo until you're done of redoing all these items, okay? It's not that hard to do. In the meantime, too, if you're getting some time, find some jobs you can do for other people, right? People are posting all the time on Marketplace. Need the lawn mowed, right? That's something that can easily be done. Well, what else can be done? Dog walking services. Post online. Start putting out flyers out there of things you can do and how you can make yourself more productive. Maybe you start tutoring people in piano if you know how to do that, or you start teaching dance classes. You can find really anything. There's a niche for anything. Then from there, without a doubt, you'll be on your way to $10,000, okay? I like how we're rolling here. We're getting momentum and we're going places here. So, blueprint to be able to get to $10,000 a month. What does it look like? It's going to take you under a year. We're going to get you there in 10 months. Like we said, we start off with saving $1,000 every month if we can. Journey is going to be a little bit slower on average. We want to get to $50 a day, but we're going to have to grind it out maybe a little bit. If you have the income problem, start going and picking up another job. Start learning some more skills in your spare time to also build up that. We're going to talk about that more and more on this channel as we move along, but just to keep it simple, pick up a part-time job 1-2 days a week. Keep on doing that until you have a buffer of $1,500 to $2,000. Once you've got that amount, start going to thrift stores, buy and sell board games, buy and sell hockey cards, Pokemon cards, video games, sweaters, t-shirts, vintage, anything you can get your hands on. Test the market out there. You can make almost 3 to 4 times your markup on there, so you'll be on your sweet way to freedom pretty soon. Things may take a little bit longer, but hey, you know what? That's part of the game at the end of the day. So, with that being said, hope you guys have learned something from this video. Again, I'm trying to get back into the YouTube game. This is a no-edit video. I'm going to be continuing the series to build up my public speaking confidence, but also try to teach you guys 1 or 2 things about business while we're on the go. Thanks for watching, you guys, and talk to you next week. Bye now.